Hey everybody, what's going on? Welcome back to another reaction. We're checking out IVE's Off the Record. Now, on the record, I'm incredibly excited about this one. And the last music video was just a cinematic, like an indie filmmaker's dream. So it felt like the music video was so incredibly thorough. The storytelling, the acting, the heartbreak, and the reality of it all. It was really a beautiful music video. I had a lot of fun talking about some of the visuals and some of the symbolisms. If you're interested in checking out that reaction, feel free to do so in the playlist somewhere up there for IVE, as well as all of my other reactions to them. This is definitely one of my favorite groups that I've checked out ever on this channel, and I'm incredibly excited to see what this is all about. And judging from the teaser and some of the screenshots that I saw on Twitter, I feel like this music video is going to follow on the aesthetic of Either Way, in terms of it looking incredibly cinematic with a touch of like uniqueness and something of an indie vibe, and not necessarily a blockbuster that we would expect from IVE with something like I Am, for example. I'm very, very excited about this one. So without further ado, let's go. Oh. Oh.
시간이 됐어. It's 2am. 목소리 낮추고도 속삭여줄래. 이 밤이 좀 더 깊어지면 뭔가 더 솔직해도 될 것 같은 기분이 들어. 있잖아 가끔 넌 묻혀.
Speed Racer vibes. Oh. Oh, this is such a vibe. Oh. Oh, you're adorable. Oh, that is... Oh. Need a hand? Damn. Oh. 또 엄청난 반전도 있어야지. 로맨틱한 사이코. 탐하면 모든 걸 견뎌야지. Oh. Is that love me, say that you love me? That's the exact same melody. That's a nice plot twist. Oh, this is so cool. Wait, let's take it back. That sounded so fucking cool. And it was so smooth. I would have never expected them to take a page out of that book. Aww. That was a beautiful That was a beautiful transition from the big heart that is continuing to get smaller and smaller, and then Eugene swallows it in the form of like a jelly candy.
This late night conversation 잠들지 않아.
Holy shit. That was amazing. Before we continue, I'm actually like scrolling through the video, and if we actually look at this shot here, we see the silhouette of the apple. It actually is forming a couple of hearts as the apple is falling in between the gaps of the stairs, which is fucking genius. I don't know if that's literally how it would look, or if that is very, very intentional. As far as the actual music video is concerned, if I could describe it in like a couple of words, I would say that it's incredibly light and ironically bubbly, despite conveying like obviously feelings of sadness and loneliness. I believe there's a lot of interesting things happening throughout this music video. Obviously, all of the girls are trying to put off the thoughts of love off of their mind as they go into the night, off the record, and just kind of like girls who can just have fun with each other, gossip, talk smack, just be themselves without any care about their personal lives in terms of their love life, which is kind of, I guess there's maybe like a little bit of something to touch on when it comes to idols' lives and the fact that, God forbid, so it feels like if somebody gets into a relationship, all hell breaks loose and some fans go absolutely bananas and demonize the idols or make the life of the partner a living hell or whatever. We've seen that obviously before. In terms of like the actual music video and the story that I am choosing to kind of like focus on here, it feels like, I believe Liseo is like planting a seed, almost like wishing for love in form of that apple. Like that apple is a huge part of this music video. The same apple that towards the end of the music video that Eugene is kind of like leaning on, hugging. The apple continues to get smaller and smaller and smaller. We see canned apples as well. We see the apples in the shot that I talked about right after the music video of the apples basically kind of like throwing love out the window, out of the way, in order to focus on ourselves off the record and not focus on the things that hurt us. And then we see basically Eugene take a bite out of the apple that became so small, it's almost like she swallowed the love in terms of not wanting to think about it at this time and putting it off the record, which I thought was really, really interesting. There was an interesting visual. I think it was Ray potentially who is shooting apples, and she's like, there's a visual of a silhouette of a couple dancing as, I believe it's Gal. I'm sorry, I'm having so much. I don't know. You guys told me how to pronounce it. I've seen videos how to pronounce it. I still suck at it, which sucks because she's one of my favorite members. But we see her obviously with the veil, like, which is interesting because even off the record in The Lonely Night, all I can think about is like the big day of finding love and getting married and be a runaway, be a bride and all that kind of stuff. We see her fantasy of finding someone, and we see a silhouette of two people kissing, and there's like an arrow, I believe, in the guy basically. And the way this visual with Cal, the way it reveals her face almost as if taking off the veil right in front of the bride. The groom is about to kiss her, obviously thinking about marriage, thinking about all these things. And this visual right here, actually we see an arrow. Is Ray supposed to be like she has like a bow and arrow? Is she some kind of a cupid or something like that? I'm not really too sure about that. Wonyoung looking like a nerdy kid, almost like it reminds me of like some of those telenovelas of like Ugly Betty and all that kind of stuff. Like as if I'm supposed to believe that she is, not pretty, but she's incredibly cute with the glasses and everything, and like being nerdy in the sense that she's so introverted kind of, and like very closed off and wanting to experience more to life, as far as like all of the girls wanting more than just to be lonely. They want to love, as they mention. The apple obviously is a huge part of this music video, as the lyrics say, sometimes forbidden things are the most tempting, much like the forbidden apple. So it was really, really symbolic to see so much emphasis on the apple. Even Liz, I believe, is at first swinging on that swing with a duck, and then she is literally riding some kind of a structure that looks like a duck, and there's an umbrella. As they talk about the twist that is coming, the umbrella is literally with patterns of fucking apples as well. The attention to detail on the apples and everything is just so insanely beautiful. But also with Cal, I believe that as she's fantasizing about this marriage and about being in this relationship, we see her looking at a couple that is actually there. So it's almost like the silhouette becomes a reality that she is not a part of, that she's dreaming of. I'm not sure if that was like another fantasy, but like she and Eugene are actually like in this shopping mall of sorts after hours, like doing something that is basically illegal, off the record, like something that I would not tell anyone. There's an interesting visual of Wonyoung, almost like the character that she's portraying, sorry, almost like this timid and introverted, nerdy kid. It almost comes off as stalkerish with the way that she's almost like trying to sneak up, listen to something, watch something. But there's also an interesting visual of a whole bunch of posters in front of her of apples eaten to their core, which I thought was really, really interesting, like a symbolism of love that she doesn't have potentially in the sense of the characters that these girls are portraying, like Cupid herself not finding love despite giving it to everyone else. And I believe that she is literally is destroying the tree that is giving out all of these apples. Like the apples are a representation of the arrows that are being shot, kind of, maybe. And like the plot twist is that Cupid destroys the tree that is providing all of the love, so Cupid doesn't want to be Cupid anymore, and they kind of like give up on love in a way in order to be with each other, and kind of like giving up the idea of pursuing love. Maybe when it happens, like a watched pot never boils. You know that expression. Like if you constantly look at it and you constantly do everything in your power to try to get to it, you're never going to get it. So the second you stop trying, stop searching, that's maybe when you'll find it. I'm not really sure. Being a group is more important than finding love, because we found each other. I don't know. Maybe I'm taking this a little bit too far, but there's a literal fucking Cupid, I believe, in this logo. So my assumption about, I believe Ray is correct about her potentially being a Cupid in another life, maybe, because we do have like that shot, which looks kind of like medieval in a way. But it was really, really beautiful. Like the fact that they sampled that vocal melody of Love Me, and like the whole Love Fool, I believe is the name of the song. It was amazing. It was it was very unpredictable to me. Like that was the last thing that I expected, and my ears just fucking like lit up the second I heard that vocal melody, because it's so freaking iconic. It was absolutely beautiful. This song, it has just a really majestic quality to it that I cannot really shake. And the vocals here, the girls did an absolutely phenomenal job. It sounded so euphoric. Some of the visuals definitely kind of like reminded me a little bit of something like Love Dive, because of the nature of the actual music video for Love Dive. I don't know, the dynamic is definitely different. Like it feels like I'm listening to two completely different groups, honestly, in the best way possible. Like the fact that IVE can go from something incredibly like bouncy and fun and addicting like Love Dive to something that is almost like anthemic, like kitsch, to something that is almost like motivational and, you know, on a grand scale like I Am, then either way, almost like this beautiful um, K-drama of a music video with a storyline that kind of like makes your heart break. And then with this one is just so kind of therapeutic in a way, very youthful in another way, in terms of like not focusing on the love and kind of like the various stages of the girls' life and like their priorities, and not trying so hard to find to find love. And the second that you stop fighting it is maybe when you'll finally find it. I'm not sure, but I would love to hear you guys' opinions on this music video and the story that is being unfolded, and whether or not it connects to the previous music video, or as its own standalone. If you know something about a press release, something that the girls talked about or the company has talked about, feel free to let me know in the comment section, as well as your personal theories. Always love hearing those. And I will catch you all in the next one. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this reaction, and if I made any sense, let me know in the comment section. Subscribe to the channel if you're new, like this video, and have a wonderful weekend. Take care and be well. See you.